Okay, so good morning. It is 5:42 in the morning, and we've disconnected me from my dialysis at home. But I will show you in another video how that process is all done. But what I want you to be privy to is what's really good to eat, and that's really a major question as we go through and do this process, is to figure out what to eat and what's good for you, and to know what it is and why it's affecting your body and how it's going to affect your body. So we've looked at cornflakes. We determined that it's not exactly the lowest in sodium. There's stuff that's probably lower, but it's probably harsher on the digestive system. But what I found out is that this perfectly keeps my digestive system regular. But I may not go into too much detail about all of that stuff. But to throw in things like the blueberries, I know that these are good for the eyes. And I'm struggling with my eyesight, and it seems to be really improving. Thank you, blueberries. And of course, strawberries are low in glycemic index, and they have vitamin C in them. Great for diabetics, and these were prepared last night. Take some of the stress off of my wife, who does a lot. And these are blackberries. These are good. This is going to be another antioxidant. And of course, cranberries also help influence my urine stream and bladder function and keep them. Well, they keep my pee nice and clear. That's really important. And whatever else these do, it's awesome. And so all of this stuff will get sprinkled into my cereal. So what you want to know is that your salt intake, and then we have rice milk, your salt intake is not greater than the amount of calories that you have in here. Otherwise, that's too much salt. So follow that as a rule of thumb. I don't necessarily look at the sugars as much as I used to with the label reading, as I look more at the sodium now, because I know my sugars will be knocked down with the insulin that's now injected into my abdomen just above my waistline, so that's not painful. And we'll show you that process later in another video. What else was I going to tell you, or tell all of you? I love being up early in the morning and getting things done early. It gives me a sense of accomplishment. So every little thing that you can do to influence your self-esteem is always a good thing. And yesterday I had a doctor's visit with my nephrologist, so we'll go into that in another take. All right, I'm gonna fill up my bowl here with a little more cereal, and that should satiate me for a while. If I wanted to add to this, sometimes I usually add bagel and sometimes decaf coffee, but my edema is gone, so having the need to have warm, not hot, decaf coffee is not something that I'm going to feel after, because my edema is now gone. But we got our strawberries from Costco and washed them out. And, well, let's see how long this lasts with some fresh bananas. So if I have bananas, like I usually do in cereal, I'm only going to cut and have half of the banana because of the magnesium and the potassium. We don't want to have too much potassium because that's supposed to create digestive issues. But what I found is that the banana actually reduces the need to go to the bathroom. So that's a good thing, right? But I don't need the sugar, so there you go. The other thing that's good to have in the morning too, aside from this, are grapes. Grapes have a lot of sugar in them, but I'm told they're really good for the kidneys. So there's the grapes, they're sitting in water. And this is not the neatliest organized refrigerator. There's all my protein, which I should be having more eggs. However, if I have an egg, it really speeds up my digestive system. So kind of taking that out of the equation. Or is it the egg, the yolk, that is doing all of that? There's liquid death in the back here. It's open, that needs to be thrown away. But that is great water, and it stays cold in the can. It's really good. Then I have all my greens down here. And we have things that are ready for fajitas if need be. And I'm sure this all looks still fresh. It doesn't smell bad. It's been disinfected in here, or it's been wiped down. It's been wiped down with the solution of bleach and water. Don't eat cheese or dairy because it's not good for dialysis. So this was purchased well before that. It's been in here for a little while. And so if I snack on anything like this dark chocolate, then it's a bite, and I don't do it every day, but if I do, then it's still a bite versus what I used to do where I would eat the whole thing. There's strawberry jelly, which is no sugar. It claims to be, anyway. Sugar-free. Protein drinks, I have to be careful with those because they speed up my digestive system, or they create a lot of gas. There's almond milk. If you do drink almond milk, you drink it sparingly because it is good for your eyes, but it's not exactly good for the digestive system because it could cause a leaky gut. And I won't go into detail about that because I don't know exactly how that all happens. And then we have coconut. And basically with milk, you need to know that you don't think of the milk this way, but your milk is actually very hydrating. So when you think of milk, I want you to think of hydration. The other thing that I have back here is we have cream cheese. So I get a tiny bit of that on my bagels with butter that is cholesterol free, and we recommend this brand because butter can have a lot of sodium in it. So again, we're looking at the label, and the sodium is only 85 milligrams versus 200. It's really good because butter tastes good, makes everything else taste good, but it has to be sodium or low in sodium. So we really looked at that and researched, experimented, and that's what we came up with. The cream cheese sits on top of sugar-free Jello, and in the back you notice items from big box store, and that is applesauce, and that is supposed to help my digestive system. And so what we also have, we check and keep regularly, is rice that's been made. And what you do is we do know that rice is high in carbohydrates. However, this helps ease my digestive system, and it processes nicely. But we always smell it and make sure that it smells fresh, that it has no bacteria, that sort of thing. And the way that I use this normally is to put cinnamon and butter on it, heat it up in the microwave, and then I pour cold milk over it, rice milk. And that is delicious with, especially with cinnamon on top of it. So, the other thing that I did not cover, and these cookies have been here for about almost 2 weeks now, but I'll bite half of one, and that is done during the day or in the morning when that sugar can be burned off. Okay, and that's a way of getting that kind of a snack, which is not too healthy, and doing that in a very moderate way. These are oatmeal cookies, and they do work. These are from Panera, and they somehow they just have these great cookies. And so anyway, biting half of that or taking a bite, as you notice in here. Okay, so there's 2 kinds of oatmeal cookies in here. One is from Panera, and one is from maybe Albertsons. But anyway, you notice the bite in this one. And what begins to happen with the taste buds is that you notice sodium because you reduced it so much in your diet. So I get a bite of that if I feel like I need the fiber. And it's the same with oatmeal, which is a soluble fiber. It's also a carbohydrate. This is neatly organized in here. There's no clutter. There's room for space in your cupboards. So you can add or take away things, or you can find things with ease. And we went through all of our food in our cupboards. They've been neatly organized. We've thrown away so much or given it away. But back to this oatmeal label. And we notice the sodium is 0. So sodium, know that it is, yes, it is a complex carbohydrate. It releases slowly throughout the day, which is a good thing. And it also adds necessary fiber. And that helps keep you regular. Whoops. That's what I get for doing this one-handed. And what else do we have? We have stores of, well, we're slowly depleting the storage of rice milk that we like to have because we can store it. And we don't need to worry about keeping it cold or it going bad like we used to all the time. More Quaker Oats. And we have some random cereal up here. But notice we have cinnamon in abundance because cinnamon helps to balance the sugar levels in the system versus them spiking. I recommend having vanilla, especially if you're cooking fish, to get your omega-3s, because vanilla will clear the air in the kitchen and will override the fish smell or any bad smells. You just put them in a pan, and with a tiny bit of water or a lot of water, and you heat it up, and it rescents the room that you have made the fish in, which is your kitchen, of course. Next thing we have are pineapple slices. These are high in sugar, know that, but they have a chemical in them, a digestive enzyme that helps you process protein, and they have another substance called bromelain, which is good for the eyes, and they did studies on it, and it's supposed to help eliminate floaters. And I have to admit, it's taken about a month or 2 to get rid of a lot of floaters that I had in my left eye. But I increased my intake of pineapple, and I think and believe, and this is really important, that pineapple, even though it's higher in sugar, helped me reduce a lot of the floaters in my eyes. Okay, so here's tuna. I don't like tuna with mayonnaise. That's something that my wife likes. And the rest of this is graham crackers. We have graham crackers over here because if your sugar gets low, and mine does on occasion, you should be ready to make something that spikes your sugar levels immediately. And I've been told that's candy, but candy is not enough, and by experience. So making some more, and having dark chocolate is really healthy because it's good for the heart. And so with a marshmallow and a graham cracker and some more, my sugar level instantly goes up and I'm back to functioning. So it's amazing how that works. So that's why we have marshmallows. Okay, I'm gonna combine this stuff and eat it because we don't miss meals as diabetics. We just manage how much we are not or eating, and our insulin levels. We're always consistent with taking insulin, and my insulin now goes directly into my abdomen above my waistline on the right side. So, all right, I'm over and out for now. Thank you.